Today is 9th of August 2025, last day of our 14-day intensive retreat. And this is also going to be the last talk, the final Dhamma talk for this retreat. And I haven't finished the last cause for sharpening the controlling faculties. Today is August 9th and I have to talk the 9th cause for sharpening controlling faculties, the last one. The final cause for sharpening the controlling faculties is not giving up halfway before reaching the goal, or not abandoning the practice midway. This is the 9th cause for sharpening the controlling faculties. Each of us has our own goal for practicing meditation. Some has the goal of attaining Nibbana, cessation of all sufferings. Some at least aspire to become a Sotapanna stream winner in this very life. Some aim to reach the gateway of the noble path that I mentioned yesterday, the day before yesterday, Sankharupeka Jnana, the knowledge for equanimity towards all the conditioned formations. Other aim to reach the stage of knowledge of dissolution, and so on. Or some at least aim to reach the stage where they can have self-control, which we have been talking from the day first. So in this retreat, I have been talking about the self-control or developing the controlling faculties. Development of controlling faculties or self-control. As we develop and sharpen the controlling faculties, simultaneously, spontaneously, we develop the self-control. So some aim to reach that stage. So that means each of us have our own goal. Before reaching that goal, midway, we should not abandon our practice. That is the final, the last cause for sharpening the controlling faculties. And that is also means that development of the culminating effort. Yesterday I talked the mainly two efforts, but I mentioned that there are three levels of efforts. I didn't talk about the third one. I talk about the first effort, that is initial effort, launching energy. And mainly I talk about the second one, the uplifting energy or boosting up energy. The final one is, the last one is culminating effort, also known as progressive effort. Progressive effort. Like first, you come to the retreat, you come to the meditation center by leaving behind the all kinds of worldly affairs, your home affairs, business, everything you leave behind, and you come to the meditation center by being brave enough, to give up, to go to meditation center as well. You need to be brave. You need to be brave. If you are not brave enough, if you are not there enough to face the difficulties that you will face during the practice, you will not be here. You wouldn't be here. So effort is definitely there. That is the preliminary effort of launching energy. And after coming to the center, meditation center, you get instruction, and then you apply into the practice. When you apply into the practice, you try your best, you give effort to observe the presently arising object. That is also the launching energy. Leaving behind everything to practice meditation is also launching energy, and to observe the presently arising object, the effort that you made is also the launching energy or initial energy to establish your meditation practice. You focus your mind to the primary object of meditation, and if mind wanders or sensations arise, you observe them. Then you return to the primary object again and again. You set up a routine of sitting and walking. You set up a routine of sitting and walking, walking practice. So these all are about the initial effort, initial energy, or launching energy. It puts you on the path and gets you moving forward. And then, even if the obstacle arise, you will stick with your practice. Overcoming all obstacles with perseverance. If you are bored or lethargic, you summon up ardent effort. If you feel pain, you overcome the timid mind that prefers to withdraw and is unwilling to face what is happening. This is called uplifting or boosting up energy. It is also known as to liberate you from indolence or from or liberate you from difficulties. Your practice, and you started the practice. And through the repeated application of energy, effort, mindfulness developed. Mindfulness developed, and the momentum you gave to the mindfulness permitted to develop concentration, and that concentration permitted to develop the wisdom knowledge. Not just development of the wisdom, you experienced many things that you have never experienced before. You have never experienced before. It could be the mental calmness, it could be mental peacefulness, rapture, joy, many things. Many things you experience through the development of effort, mindfulness, concentration, and wisdom. And again, that gave rise to faith and confidence. Means when you see the result by your personal experience, by your individual experience, your faith and confidence, you develop faith and confidence. Yes, to come to the meditation center to practice, faith and confidence is needed. Basic faith and confidence. At least, this meditation, practicing meditation is good. It brings good results. I have heard that by practicing meditation, I can develop self-control, or can enjoy peacefulness, calmness. So at least you believe these benefits. Let be the liberation. You may not know about the liberation. You may not know about the cessation of all kind of suffering, but at least you do believe the benefits of the meditation. So faith and confidence was there, and based on that faith and confidence, you made effort, you tried your best, then mindfulness developed, concentration developed, wisdom developed, and many other benefits you enjoyed, you experienced. And when you experience those benefits, when you see the results, then another level of faith and confidence arise. Wow, it's true, it's true. what I have heard now from my experiential knowledge, personal knowledge, now I can see that I did experience. So another level of faith and confidence arise. So then when another level of faith and confidence arise, the desire to get the more results, more good results, they arise. The desire to achieve the more good benefits or advantages arise. And again, when desire gets stronger, energy gets stronger. The greater desire, the greater energy, effort. The stronger desire, the stronger effort. And when the effort becomes stronger, definitely mindfulness becomes stronger, then concentration, then wisdom. And when you develop wisdom, again you witness what you have never witnessed before. And then again, another level of faith and confidence develops. So in this way, these 5 controlling faculties keep rotating. They keep supporting each other. They keep supporting each other to sharpen, to develop, to sharpen. And in this way, they become strong, they become sharp, they become keen, they become broader. They become broader as well, especially mindfulness become broader, widen. So this is how the 5 controlling faculties develop and sharpen through practicing meditation. And on the very first cause, I have talked, the first cause mentioned that to see the just dissolving of each and every physicalities and mentalities which are arising at the present moment. I did mention at this stage, controlling faculties become so strong. Controlling faculties become so strong, that means self-control becomes strong as well. So that could be our another goal. That could be one of our goal by practicing meditation. So throughout this retreat, I mentioned the first cause to develop and sharpen the controlling faculties, that is to see just dissolving of physicalities, mentalities. Second, to practice respectfully. Third, to practice with unbroken continuity. Fifth, to make sure the suitabilities to give rise to knowledge. And the fifth one is to take the sign of samadhi, or to recollect the circumstances, conditions, to apply in future when needed, the good conditions in which good samadhi had developed. And the sixth one is developing factors of enlightenment, appropriate factors of enlightenment properly. Then the seventh is to show less concern, to show the less attachment towards body and life. Then the eighth one is to develop uplifting energy. And the final one today is to develop culminating an effort, or to not to abandon the practice midway before reaching the goal. So that again means finishing a retreat does not mean your meditation practice is complete. In fact, the real practice continues in daily life. We go to the training center to learn something. If you don't know how to operate computer, you may go to computer training center to learn how to operate the computer. And when training finishes, it is not the completion of the operating the computer. After training, even the main events begins. Now you have to operate the computer. Now you have to operate maybe at your work, maybe at your home. If you don't keep operating the computer, what you have learned in the training center, you will forget everything. You will forget everything slowly. Again, it will be zero. Before learning the computer, before going the training center, you knew nothing. After going to training center, after a while, as you don't operate any longer, then again your knowledge will slacken and slacken. Then you will forget everything. Next time when you need to operate the computer again, then you will start again from the basic level. From the basic level. Always you will start from the basic level. You will never have chance to learn the advanced level of computer. So same thing. We go to meditation center to learn how to practice meditation. After retreat, if we stop practicing meditation, then we are going to forget what we have learned, what we have experienced. Even we will forget how to practice meditation after long time if we don't practice. But if you keep practicing meditation, then you will not forget. You won't forget how to practice meditation. Or you will be able to manage or maintain the mindfulness and concentration that you have already developed. if you keep regulating, if you keep practicing regularly at your home as well, you will be able to keep operating, will be able to manage mindfulness, concentration, of course, wisdom as well. There are many yogis, meditators who keep practicing meditation at home, but still keep progressing. They keep progressing at home as well. So that's why you have to, the yogis should also keep practicing at home. Now the question is how to practice at home. We need foundation. The foundation is the 5 precepts. Minimum, you should observe the 5 precepts. Not killing, not taking what is not given, not committing sexual misconduct, not lying, and not taking intoxicants, intoxicating substances. This is the foundation to practice at home. Then you have to make schedule of your practice. Without a schedule, you will not able to practice continuously. Minimum 2 hours per day if you have time. If not, at least 1 hour you should practice. You should practice an hour of sitting meditation is every day, and fix your time. What is the time you practice that sitting meditation? You have to have a schedule. Otherwise, you will skip. One day you will skip, next day you will skip. There will be rationalization. Today I am busy, today I have to do this work, that work. Then you skip 1 day, then 2 days, then you stop meditating. You will be, your mind rationalize, kilesas will manipulate you to stop practicing. That is why you need a fixed time. You need a strict schedule to practice. Morning at 6 a.m. Okay, 6 a.m. is for sitting meditation. No matter what, I will practice sitting meditation at 6 a.m. If it is at night, then at night. You know better which time is suitable for you. So select that time. But again, it doesn't mean that you just need, you should just practice at that time. In other time, leisure time, you can't practice meditation. No. In other leisure time as well, like if you have 15 minutes, half an hour, you can practice. Don't underestimate the practice. Whether you practice for a minute or 2 minutes or 5 minutes or 10 minutes, never underestimate this vipassana meditation. So you may practice anytime, anywhere. But there is a specific schedule that you should not skip. And of course, if you have time to do walking meditation, you may practice walking meditation. What I have just mentioned about the sitting is based on the conditions. Some yogis have no time for practicing meditation, so for them, minimum 1 hour. Who have more time, 2 hours minimum. If you can spend more hours, the more the better. So you can make schedule of practicing meditation. If you have specific time for walking meditation, you may do walking as well. But it's still okay if you don't have walking time to practice walking meditation. Whenever you walk, you may observe the movements of the foot, no matter how fastly you walk. If nobody is there to distract you, you may observe that. You don't need to observe in detail like in meditation center. Your mind must be on footstep. That is the main point. Your to prevent the impurities of the mind, to prevent the restlessness, to calm your mind, to cool down your mind. If you try your best at least to observe the right left, even you don't need to say right step, no, right left. If it is too fast, then minimum in general walking. You don't need to say even right left walking. You should know that your body is moving forward, your legs are making steps. So that is what you can pay attention when you walk. It is all about the practice. It is all about the practice. Practice makes perfect. At the beginning, you may find some difficulties, but as you practice, as you train your mind, it becomes used to pay attention while walking. At least you will know that you are walking. So you can do that. Regarding the practice in other activities, can be done in certain activities. You have to select by yourself. Like early in the morning, you wake up, you brush your teeth, you wash your face, maybe you tidy your bed. In these activities, hardly someone interrupts you, hardly someone distract you. So these activities are the good option to practice meditation. Or as soon as you wake up, observe what you do here. You observe abdomen. Okay, observe abdomen for a few seconds, maybe for a few minutes. It will get used to. It will get used to. When it gets used to, it is much more, many times better than the day that you start from stress, from anxiety, from irritation, frustration. Generally, when we begin our day, when we wake up, we start to develop anxiety, stress, fear, so many things. Because we start to think what we have done yesterday, what we have to do today, what you are going to do, what the tasks, what the work you have to do today. And we start our day from stress, from anxiety, so many things. So that's why it's really much better if you begin your day from mindfulness, from observing rising and falling. So you may try that one. If you try again and again, it becomes accustomed for mind. As soon as you wake up, mind will observe rising and falling. It will not go to those, will not go to take those objects which cause stress, anxiety, depression, and so on. Your mind will first observe the rising and falling when it becomes accustomed for your mind, used to for your mind. So in this way, early in the morning, before go to the bed also, you may end your day by observing rising and falling, by cooling, calming your mind. So at least you can begin and end your day by observing rising and falling of the mind. So that is really good to do. Or then after, as I just mentioned, select the tasks, select the activities that you can try to be mindful. Brushing the teeth, washing face, tidying bed, or having bath. These are the few examples of the activities that rarely or disturb or distract, interferes in your action. So choose those actions. Okay, these are the actions, these are the activities that I will try to be mindful. You don't need to expect to observe in detail like you do in meditation center. You may observe in general. At least if you observe in general, that is quite sufficient. Of course, if you can observe in detail, much better. Again, it is about the practice. As you practice again and again, it becomes used to for you. Later, mind will note by itself, mind will absorb by itself. So that is also you may try. So make a schedule for sitting meditation. You may do walking, or every day where you walk. Okay, this is the place I can do walking meditation. This is the time when I walk, I can do walking meditation, at least observing that, at least knowing that you are walking. Then select the day-to-day activities that you want to try to be mindful. So in this way, you may practice at home as well. So if you keep practicing in this way, so that is also means that you are not abandoning your practice midway. You are not giving up halfway before reaching the goal. Next time when you go to the meditation center, you will be able to go next level of the practice. Because now you don't need to start from zero. You don't need to start from zero. You don't need to start from the state of like nothing. Now, because you are practicing day by day, so you are already in some level. So that will advance you to get another level. Then if you join another retreat, then another level. That will be the easy path to get our goal. So this is about the not abandoning the practice midway. Whether you are in the meditation center, to not to abandon midway, not to abandon the practice midway. After the retreat also, not abandoning the practice midway. So you keep practicing means you still have the effort. And if you have effort, as I have just mentioned, mindfulness is there, concentration is there. The regular practicing will unfold the wisdom also. The experiences that you have never experienced before, that will push up your faith and confidence again. Then they keep rotating again and again. So you will keep developing the controlling faculties. And these controlling faculties, when they become mature, then of course the path and fruition knowledge develops. The first path and fruition knowledge is the path and fruition knowledge of stream winner. Once you become a stream winner, now you will not reborn anymore in lower existences. Now your life is assured, guaranteed, and maximum 7 lives. Maximum 7 lives to reborn. So now that means you have guarantee. Your life is assured, you will not reborn anymore in lower existence. That is why our teachers, our great Mahasi Sayadaw, our venerable preceptor Sayadaw, they always say that we have to set minimum, we have to keep our goal, set our goal, at least aspire to become a Sotapanna in this very life. While we are born as humans and have the rare opportunity to encounter the Buddha Sasana, to make fruitful being born as human and having the rare opportunity to encounter the Buddha Sasana. So all yogis as well, you also at least may be able to set the goal or aspire yourself to become Sotapanna in this very life, and may you be able to keep practicing with 3 levels of effort: launching effort, uplifting effort, and the culminating or progressive effort. Through application of these 3 levels of effort, may you be able to practice continuously. May you be able to attain your goal in nearest future, or may you be able to become Sotapanna in this very life.